Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video is being seen and shared. It's Celine Driver once again, coming to you with another unboxing and review of a watch that was very kindly loaned into my channel by a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, and a fellow watch enthusiast and watchmaker. His name is Ivan Hampton Ennis. He is the owner of Iconic Timepieces, and he recently ran a Kickstarter campaign for the Halo Klein dive watch, which was successfully funded and is currently, as I shoot this video, in production. Full disclosure, I was backer number 4 to that campaign. I have paid him. I am going to get a watch. And at some point, and I will review that watch. He is not compensating me for that watch or for any of the reviews I've done for the watches he sent in. I don't think he has any connection to any of the watches he sent to my channel other than he sent them to me. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he owns the watches, but he just sent them to me. You know, he said, "Do you want to review this watch for your channel?" I said, "Sure," and he shipped it over. And I have today another Vostok. He was the one that sent in the Vostok expedition that I reviewed previously on this channel, and this is another Vostok, and I must say, this one ranks right up there as either one of two of the most unusual watches I've ever reviewed for my channel. So let's get into it. You know, nice, typical Vostok, incredibly hard shell case. This thing looks like it could be run over by a tank. You know, being Russian, I guess. God. Oh, Lord. There we go. Being Russian, I guess, you know, industrial is the thing, right? Anyway, inside the case we have many things. We have paperwork. We have the instruction manual, which is critical because this thing is, to get it initially set up, took a little time for me. Took a little time. Haha, pun intended, right? You get a tool. This helps you to change the strap from the rubber strap that's on there to the leather one that's here. You need that tool because it's like a hex key. You can see there's the hex key right there. And they nicely provide you with the tool. This is a very nice and somewhat supple leather strap, which was not mounted to the watch, and I'm not going to mount it to the watch. This is, I believe this is handwritten by Ivan, but obviously it's a limited edition watch. You have your warranty card. You have the description of the helium release valve, which, being that this thing is not a saturation rated dive watch, I don't know why they put a helium release valve on a watch that's only rated for 300 meters, but okay. And a little card describing the tritium tube illumination. I find that interesting that it's good for 10 years. So, getting all that out of the way, you guys are here for the watch. And boy, what a watch. Jeez. Okay. Oh, and there's a hang tag here too with the model number here. There you go. And there it is. The Vostok, and I'm going to butcher this name badly. How do you pronounce it again? Hang on. Lunokhod. Lunokhod. I don't speak Russian. Uh, I'm just going to call it the Luno. It is a monster. Just getting past the bright yellow. Stevie Wonder could see this yellow. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say that and offend anybody, but geez, it's a good line anyway. It's just a monster of a watch. Nice bezel action. The watch is. Oops, I went right past it, didn't I? You know. There we go. And this watch is, it's not just a typical dive watch. This thing is actually a perpetual calendar watch, and it does have a leap year component on it. It is literally a perpetual style calendar. I didn't dive into it long enough to make this second hand up here do all its thing and everything, but this hand here is set up to point at the dates. The date track is right along here, going from 1 to 31 down here. It has month track right here, 1 through 12. And right here at the 11 o'clock is where it says, you could probably see it. It says, LY for leap year, and then +1, +2, +3. And I honestly don't know why this hand is. See that little fork there? Normally it would be pointing to the date. I don't know why it's not, but it's also your chronograph hand. As you can see, this is a chronograph. And there goes the chronograph hands right now. And also it has day of the week right here. Although why it's not pointed at Sunday right now, I have no idea. You can see it sweeps nicely. And there's your running seconds there. And this is a 24-hour indicator dial here. And it just made I made it hack. I don't know why the hands are doing what they're doing. Maybe pointing to a second time zone for all I know, but. Oh, and now now that I made it unhack, it now points to the proper date, which is the 12th, although it's not lining up very well. Such is life. It's not my watch. I'm not, if I played with it long enough, I could probably make it, make it do all the things it needs to do. But this is a monster of a watch. I'm going to put this on. And, I like a big watch. If you look back through my videos, you see that I am a huge fan of watches like the Zelos Abyss 3 and the Hammerheads and the Great Whites and all that. And the Swordfish, and I like a chunky watch, but this watch is just over the top for me. It fits very well. It has relatively short lugs, so not a lot of overhang. So on my 7¼ inch wrist, it fits very well. But the thickness of the main difference between this watch and say the Abyss 3 is they're both about the same thickness, but the Abyss is only a 43 millimeter diameter. This thing is a 49 millimeter, and it is huge. But it's a great watch. It does what it does very well, but I don't know. Look at that profile. Oh, by the way, there's the helium escape right there. You can see the what is it, 357 out of 3,000. So that's stamped on the side. So this is a limited edition watch. Fantastic watch. Really, it's a striking watch. It's definitely an attention getter, but it's just so over the top. Really is. But I have the facts, if you wish. It is the Vostok Lunokhod, Kahod. I don't know. The name is right there on the side, so you know. Model number is YM86, which is the movement number. That's the movement is part of the part number. YM86-620 C504. It's a 49 millimeter diameter case. It is 17.5 millimeters thick, so it's actually a little thinner than the Zelos Abyss, about on par with my Hammerhead 2 chronograph. But the diameter of it makes it wear much bigger. It's a big 24 millimeter lug width, so they're out there. 24 millimeter straps are out there, but it's going to be hard to find. And 56.5 millimeter lug tip to tip. So from there to there, and you can see the strap is pretty much molded to the case, and it falls away fairly nicely, but it is, it's pretty broad on the wrist. 300-meter water resistant. Again, I said that earlier, and again, I have to question why you put a helium release valve on a 300-meter diver. I mean, nobody does that for, other than this, I've only ever seen helium escapes on 600-meter and up. But, maybe it's a gimmick, maybe it's functional, but very nice. The crystal is a K1 mineral crystal, so it's got a little more hardening to it than a standard mineral crystal, but it is not going to be as scratch resistant as sapphire, so be aware of that. For me, I don't understand not putting a sapphire crystal on a sports watch or a dive watch. I mean, if this thing gets banged up against something underwater, a rock or coral, a piece of coral or something, it's going to scratch the crystal and absolutely wreck it. So, for a few more shekels, you could have a sapphire crystal on here. I think Vostok dropped the ball on that one. It is, as I said, a chronograph. It is a perpetual calendar. It has a 24-hour indicator down here at the 6 o'clock, and it does have an alarm function. And like I said, you will need that manual to set the watch initially. I found the trick was to set the time first, and then go ahead and set your day, your date, your leap year, etc., etc. If you follow the steps in order, it's relatively easy to do. It's just a bit time consuming and involves a lot of pulling and pushing of this thing, and pulling and pushing of this, and holding it for so many seconds until this hand moves around, and then using this one, and blah 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 blah. Like any perpetual calendar watch, it's a bit of a pain to get set up out of the box, but once it's set, it's done. And you can see it's indicated 9:35 a.m. while I'm shooting this, and you can see the 24-hour hand. The 24-hour indicator is right between the 9 and the 10, and it's indicating, the minute hand is indicating 35 minutes past the hour. So it's set right, and you can see now that I hacked it and then unhacked it. It's pointing to Sunday. It's pointing to the 12th of April. Or at least the 12th. I don't know how. I've forgotten how to make it point to the right month and the right leap year, but it involves, playing with the crown and playing with this button and so on. No, it's a nice watch. It's a great sports watch. I mean, I have a friend, fellow watch enthusiast out there. His name is Devore. Yeah, he is a fellow YouTuber as well. He has about an 8-inch wrist. This watch would be perfect for him. But this watch is a little on the big side for me. I could wear it. I mean, obviously I proved I could wear it, but this is not something that I would reach for myself. I'm not a big fan of yellow watches to begin with, and this watch is just too big. But I appreciate Ivan loaning this watch into me. It was a lot of fun to play with, and You know, I appreciate it and I thank him for that. And it's good to see how it's good to have a variety and see how other watches that you wouldn't normally look at perform while you have them in your possession. And that bezel isn't lined up, and it's gonna make me crazy. Now there's a little bit of wiggle to the bezel, but not much. And the crown, you know, when you unscrew it, oh, it's unscrewed already. Sorry. It's no wiggle on the crown, and you just screw it in. It is obviously a quartz movement. I couldn't find the name of the movement. I really tried, but I couldn't find it. I think. Oh wait a minute. It might say here in the book. Oops. Let's see here. I think it might be a Seiko. Yeah. YM86 movement. So, like I said, the part number begins with YM86. And you can see the picture is the exact picture of the watch face. So YM86 movement produced by Seiko Epson Japan. So it's a Seiko Epson chronograph quartz movement. So there you go. Mystery solved. So I'm going to wrap the video up with on that note of success. Great watch, crazy watch. What can I say? If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Clicking the thumbs up button, the like button, helps with the searchability of the channel with the algorithms on YouTube, and I'd really appreciate it. Comments, questions, suggestions down below. I read them all. I respond to them all. I do delete anything negative or nasty, and I block the poster. It's just a policy I have. If you're not already a subscriber, or you're here for the first time, I'd appreciate it if you just take that very brief time to click the red subscribe button and click the bell icon next to it, so when I upload new content, you're alerted. I do appreciate you stopping by. I hope everyone is trying very hard to stay safe, stay healthy in the trying times we are engaged in right now as I make this video. I can't say exactly why, because YouTube doesn't like that, but if you're looking at this video in the future and you're wondering what I'm talking about, Google April 2020 and find out what the world was going through at the time. I'm pretty sure everyone in the world knows about it, but I hope everyone is staying safe, staying healthy, and staying amused, and I hope my channel is a part of that. Thank you for stopping by and watching, and I'll see you in my next video.